I nursed my daughter for 945 days. That's exactly 2 years and 7 months from the day she was born. The truth is, I never really meant to be an extended breastfeeder, so it caught me by surprise that the monumental day I stopped nursing was simultaneously one of the happiest and saddest days of my life. A swirling cacophony of bittersweet emotions encapsulating 945 days of growth and self-discovery. On the night of my daughter's birth, a nurse placed a trembling, red-headed miracle at my breast, still warm from the womb, and let her latch on, naturally, intuitively, and beautifully. I stared in awe of her instinctive knowledge and wisdom, tipping my chin to the top of her head and tentatively kissing my daughter. It was a moment of visceral perfection, breathing in her scent and acknowledging her being. And it was the sublime connection of each subsequent experience that fueled me to forge ahead with conviction, breastfeeding my tiny human to her heart's content. Because, as it turned out, my baby bird was an enthusiastic nurser. Our first parenting lesson in "she'll repeat anything you say" came far before my husband and I thought our offspring was capable of 2-syllable words when she latched onto the term "booby" with veracity. My adorable little girl, just discovering how to toddle about on her own 2 feet, knew how to wait until the most inappropriate amalgamation of frat boys, quilting circle grannies, and time-crunch business executives scowling at their cell phones was within earshot before ambling towards me and gleefully squealing requests for "boobies! Mama's boobies!" Thankfully, pre-toddler vocabulary is fairly easy to reprogram. We quickly transitioned this word into "boomy," and found it to be far less socially ostracizing. I'm neither shy nor painfully conservative about my body, but a cloud of doubt formed in my mind about continuing to nurse my baby bird as she became cognizant of her world. Should I stop now that she knows what's going on? It's a question that lingered in my head, especially as she joined me on the couch while I was working on a grocery list or paying bills, eager to be self-sufficient in her feeding efforts. "Can I have some Boomy?" "I'll get the Boomy." "Oh, hello, Boomies. Nice to meet you." Each time I considered weaning, I would notice little things that gave me pause, like watching my little one pretend to nurse her doll or hearing her own body dialogue. "These are my Boomies. They don't work yet. Boomies feed babies. Boomies have a job." And the ever-present "Boomies make Milky," in reference to my temporary superpower of milk creation. Each tiny conversation built in me an understanding that something was happening for my baby bird. She was forming an experiential purpose and respect for her breasts, a part of a woman's body so often misunderstood. As a modestly endowed female, I know all too well how this can feel. I learned quickly how to artfully craft something womanly out of my absent cleavage with packing tape, chicken cutlets, and a push-up bra, or 2. I still feel myself awash with mawkish nostalgia when I see a display of richly hued animal print duct tape at the Home Depot self-checkout. But once I became a mother, I was overjoyed to discover the true purpose of my breasts, having lived so many years in the shadows I longed to find in the valley of my non-existent cleavage. The mystical power of breast milk helped clarify my boobs were just as effective as the larger ones I'd envied for so many years, and I found myself optimistic that baby bird may yet avoid the spiral of bosom-fueled self-doubt, because she knows that they have a noble and superhuman job to do. It's a lofty goal, but one worth having, and one I feel confident she can attain, because since that providential day when we reached our nursing finish line, the day that exhaustion, the weariness of constant provisioning, and the need to have my body back to bear a sense of self finally caught up with me, my daughter has given me a gift I never imagined I would get from anyone, much less somebody with a propensity to lodge small items in her nostrils just to check to see if they fit. The comfort, gratification, and validation in my body I've sought for many years. As our nursing relationship ended, we had many conversations about how Mama's Boomies, they don't work anymore. At first, baby bird was upset for herself, but these feelings were quickly replaced by her intuitive desire to assuage my moments of model and reflection. "It's okay, Mama," she would say. "Your Boomies don't work anymore. Don't be sad." And that transitioned to, "Your Boomies made Milky. They did a good job." Which soon became, "Your Boomies don't work anymore, but they are so beautiful, Mama." And she's right. Standing before you is the proud owner of 2 hyperdeflated, nearly cup A breasts from having nursed my daughter. And though they're worse for the wear now, I'm finally able to see them in the eyes of my amazing little girl. They did good work, and they're beautiful, just like the rest of me. There's no denying that things change when you become a mom. Most of these things shape your whole being for the better, but some, like sleep deprivation and watching a thick, healthy head of your hair you acquired while pregnant fall out by the handful in a bi-weekly shower, that's a little bit less than desired. But those tiny invalidations can no longer steal my confidence, and I'm choosing to fight gravity and atrophy with a far greater force of nature birthed in my spirit by a gorgeous 3-year-old girl. Now I wear my age in miles, in the light of 2 tiny eyes, in awe of the remarkable gifts my body can give. My arms, they rock and hug. My legs run and chase. My face smiles. My voice soothes. My belly made baby. And even if they no longer work, my Boomies made Milky for 945 days. And that is beautiful.